What happened was, they arrived here, and my boat was the only boat that was in the water, and they arrived here during the winter. And there were English, there was this express reporter. There were a reporter of about 5 different English papers with them for the first trip to the island. So I was asked would I bring them out. And I didn't even know there were hippies going.
Well, I think there are 2 reasons. One is that they could be detrimental to the youth of the town, possibly. And also, I think, from the tourist point of view, that this is a pretty well-known resort now, or centre. And I think this would possibly affect the tourist who don't wish to go to hippie establishments, as we have seen in Ibiza. There was also a fear that drugs could be circulated in the area, and a lot of the parents were very concerned that the children may get caught in this type of the fear of their children being hooked.
You see, they've got problems of being persecuted and being sort of harassed by authoritarian bodies, and we have too. Mostly from our appearance, you know, immediately it's sort of dirty, unwashed beatniks. They don't imagine that we use more detergent and washing powder than what they do. If they have to come here, they can see for themselves. We've even got a drying shed so that when it's raining, our clothes will dry anyway, in spite of the fact that we live in tents.
The Tribe of the Sun was a small part of the Hyde Park Diggers, which later became the Digger Action Movement. And we much preferred the word Tribe of the Sun to hippies, because hippies used to be branded about just to mean anyone with long hair or dirty feet or bells or beads, and you know, it just really got bad. I mean, and Tribe of the Sun seemed far better, and people would then, you know, understand who we were. Hold all our possessions in common, but that doesn't go right down to the toothbrush level. People have certain things which they call their own. If you have a watch, it's yours. If, you know, a pair of Wellington boots are yours. sort of a fair amount of your clothes would be yours. We also have stockpiles of communal clothes or communal boots or things like this, which if you took from them would be yours whilst you wore them. On the bigger level, money level, we hold all the money in commune. After someone has been with us for a few weeks, if they decide they want to stay with us, then their money becomes communal money. And this is the nicest way to do it. We're digging out the foundations of our first permanent dwelling structure here, which is going to be like the kitchen tent. It'll have wooden ribs, and they're all designed in triangles so that the pressure is even on all sides. It'll have wooden floorboards. We'll panel the inside and put a proper passage and doorway and window in it. And we're going to have, in the end, about a village of about 16 neatly planted around here.
I was going from Amsterdam, and with my girlfriend we were hitching through Ireland, and then we met somebody of the IRA, and he just came down from Ulster, and he told us about the island, and he told about the Irish people, and we have been looking around here. And then finally we landed up in Westport, and we waited 3 days to come over because the fishermen never had time, so we waited on the camping site. And we found out that on this island the people are very beautiful, She's the most beautiful people I've seen until now.
He brought us in his house, and he was living there with friends, and then we heard of Connemara, wonderful place, wonderful people, and there are hippie communes there, so we came.
No, there are a few people, to be quite frank, there are a few people in summer especially who come over and maybe they bring a bit of smoke, but that's about all. It's very rare, and it's gone in 10 minutes. That's all it is.
Well, another of the reasons I came here, while we're on the subject of drugs, is that in Goa, where you can imagine you can pick your grass from the roadside quite successfully and smoke it with even more success, no one does anything except snore all day long, and they never achieve anything. They're not preparing for the future at all. But there isn't any dope of any sort on this island, apart from good old pipe weed, tobacco.
Without money, apart from the people that come to the island to live here, like I came here, and I had some money because I did a bit of work before I came over. I managed to bring about £50 with me, and there's a lady who lives in London, Mrs. Richardson, and there are adverts from time to time in the underground press asking for help, and anyone who wants to send donations to the island sends it to her and she on to us. And also tourists who come leave us the odd pound or two, and John Lennon gave us 200 quid a couple of weeks ago. First money he's given us since the island was given to us, or loaned to us as it actually is.
Mother, she reads heads, phonology, she touches bumps, Friends too.
Can I feel your hand? Yeah, I feel it. Wow, he's a faker. Feel mine.
I have come to live here because I think that an alternative life structure with small groups of people is possible. One knows one another, one works together, plays together, and lives together in mutual harmony, which in the word outside, with the sterile sort of relationship that, the big money's seen and all that, is impossible. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here. And we are getting along quite fine as we are.
Billy's an islander, farmer, there's a bit of fishing, a bit of everything really. And he's got a few cows here, and he sort of returns the favour. He grazes a few cattle on Dorringe, and in return he does a few favours for us. He brings eggs and takes us in and out to the mainland occasionally.
You can call this episode in the field Gifts from the Sea. Because it is a bloody gift to get timber here, you know. It really is a gift. Oh yeah, this is a totem pole. There's going to be all kinds of colours. You see it for 1,000 miles away if it's bright enough. We use this day glow paint, you know. I mean, we're open to, I don't know.
Young lady coming in a few weeks whose thing is carving, his carvings and wood carvings, and she's carved totem poles all over the place. And this one floated up the other side of the island the other day, and we floated it round in the sea.
It's going to go as this big stone. Okay?
Keep it rolling, 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 come on, keep it rolling.
This end's going up there, isn't it? This end's going up there. Ladies and gentlemen, the first stage of the operation is now completed. The more difficult one is now about to follow. Get it in the
You don't handle the mic, so you must still go from one hand to the other. That's
not over to me. I finished this over to somebody else.
It took me 3 days. It took me longer to get from the quay, 3 miles out to Dornish Island, than it did from England to Westport. The Asgard was one of the very few pubs, or just about the only pub at one time that would serve us, and they did help, especially the landlord and his wife. They helped a lot, and in fact he lost all his customers because he'd been threatened also that we'll blacklist your pub.
Yours is a young
You see, I feel that the west coast of Ireland is underdeveloped, not because it cannot be developed, but because of the great immigration problem amongst young people and work people in particular. And this is why I feel that for us, we can come here and can develop things like the shell fishing. I'm most interested in shell fishing. We have beautiful bays and warm water.
See, what it would really need here is a group of friends, people who were friends before they came here and knew they could get along together. But what it's been up to now is people like myself, who are usually loners and individuals with their own ideas. Now, we all come here, but when we get here, we have to live together like a family you grew up in. It doesn't work. It hasn't worked. Nearly a year and a half ago now, when I first came here, I read a little piece in the paper and came over, and it was a couple of months since I'd read the article in the paper, and the whole scene had changed. Things were happening. There were fields being dug and chickens on order, and houses being built up, and it was okay. But one man seemed to have taken over the whole thing, and it was everything that was done was his own idea, and he'd drawn up all these plans, and he didn't want anything changed. Little ideas you put forward, or any good, sensible ideas you put forward, he wouldn't listen to. So there again, a lot of good people left because of this. The reason I left was because, you know, like I said before, we couldn't agree. This is how it's failed all the time. People come, and then the good ones leave, and the ones who don't know what to do here just follow the leader anyway. They stay, but they're not much good anyway. They just have to. You can't use a spade or don't know anything about it, you know? And it just won't work. It's more of a therapeutic holiday, you know what I mean? People come from the cities, I think, They need to come here. And it's done a lot of people a lot of good for the length of time they stayed. If a few serious-minded people do come, and they're pissed off enough with the cities and with the rat race, and they've got no more ideas, no other dreams to work on. They're quite happy here to pick winkles maybe, or just do the gardens and have a couple of goats and feed the chickens, this sort of thing. Then yeah, it can be good for a couple of families or maybe a dozen people, but no more. And the rest, I think, could come in the summer, stay for as long as they want, a few months, get their mind, get their thoughts together again for another attack on the cities, you know, if that's their thing. This is my palace that I'm building. I hope I don't have to live here in the winter yet because I haven't got the materials to finish it. But if more people do come and we can all live in that one tent up on the other island there, I shall have to move in here, but it won't be too bad, I suppose. So the island's still here, I'm here, and the island will always be here, and I'll be here for a while anyway, for the winter, maybe a couple of years, yeah, indefinitely. So it only needs one or two more people, and the whole thing can start again. Maybe with success this time.
Free from the